My COD. What have they done? What the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Oh, Jesus.
Overblown, linear, scripted, hyper bullshit, narrow miss, over and over scenes.
It's horrible. It's horrendous. It doesn't even compare. It's a piece of shit. 110% crap. Not even close.
You people have single fucking handedly ruined gaming. You Call of Duty fanboys, you people that play bullshit games left and right. I hate all of you.
Since they have released this piece of donkey shit to the streets, I think that we could comfortably say hands down, Call of Duty World War II is the worst COD of all time. Now, if you want to argue about it, let's go.
Whew, so much hate. This is AA Speaks here, and I'm here to tell you why Call of Duty World War II is not shit anymore, and it might just be one of the best CODs of the modern era, and why I think it's better than Modern Warfare with its fancy Warzone. So wait, hold on to your bullet fire and hear me out. I can hear you people typing away at your keyboards. So my history with the COD franchise is very shaky. I absolutely loved the old CODs up to Modern Warfare 3, and then I feel like it started to go downhill. I kind of bailed on the whole thing. I bought Ghost, hated it, and hearing about Advanced Warfare and World War II made me stay the fuck away. Especially World War II, which at the time seemed like the cherry on top of the shit sandwich Activision was serving. So according to many COD fans, the story and campaign was mediocre, the multiplayer was bad, and zombies was hot garbage. And seeing the reviews and gameplay, it actually made sense. The multiplayer was at the height of the loot box craze, and having a literal hub where you open loot in front of other players as a way to make them feel bad, that was a new low for the franchise. Sledgehammer Games got so much shit and criticism for their handling of the game that its founders, Glenn Schofield and Michael Connery, literally quit.
Yep, fuck you. Fuck you, Sledgehammer Games, with your shitty ass spawn.
And they gave the chair to a guy called Aaron Halen, and his first act of the game was listening to the fans and the community based around it. Shocking, right? And what do you know? The game started improving massively after that. It had a huge patch, it fixed most of the issues everyone was having, and started adding content that everybody liked. And I started hearing stuff about how this game is not half bad. But still, I didn't want to spend money on any COD stuff. I was just too burned out. Well, a couple of months back, the PS Store had this game up for free for PS Plus subscribers, and I was like, let's give it a shot. In full context, I was already playing Modern Warfare, the reboot, which is an awesome game, no doubt, and I was having some fun in Warzone. So I thought it will be a slight change of pace from the regular hub-dub, but I was pleasantly surprised. The game is surprisingly very good. The multiplayer is extremely fun to play. The campaign, in my opinion, is very humane, solid throughout, and zombies, well, it works. So I'm coming in as someone who didn't play the original version of the game, and I got it for free, so take my opinion as it is. But I will say, after spending a couple of months on it, I will happily pay full price for the whole thing. I expected to play this for like a week, finish the campaign, play some multiplayer, but I've been hooked on it ever since, and it even replaced Modern Warfare as my main go-to for multiplayer action. I remember the hated God and the endless memes mocking the loot boxes, bad story, and don't get me wrong, the loot boxes are still there. And the story is no Shakespeare, but who expects it to be? Let's just start by talking about the campaign first. You play as a private called Ronald Daniels, who goes through a hit list of World War II set pieces, the typical stuff from the American side, and it's fine. The characters are competent. Daniels develops his friendship with a guy called Zussman, which kind of forms the whole crux of the story. And the chemistry between them is good. Zussman is Jewish, so it adds a whole dynamic to the story as they confront the horrors of the war. The campaign takes you through a variety of objectives and locations. You got your D-Day, of course, infiltrating a Nazi party, chasing down a train, which has a very good set piece, by the way, defending a base, all the usual World War II stuff that you see in thousands of other movies like Saving Private Ryan or other games like Medal of Honor. But this has an added layer of flexibility and graphical fidelity that the other games did not have. This is of course due to technology, as this is the most recent World War II game to come out with the updated engine and this huge budget that Call of Duty now has. And the game overall looks very polished and nice. The graphics still hold up now. The previous World War II COD before this was World at War, and that game is the sole reason I feel most people hate this campaign. They unfairly compared the story and missions to that game, and to be fair, the comparisons are valid as they're within the same franchise. The campaign of World at War was more varied, grittier, more mature, and there are thousands of other YouTube videos kind of comparing them and people raging at World War II.
Also 100% geared towards kids. Let's put that out there too. It's kids now. It's all kids. This big sexual middle-aged superstar stud with more testosterone than a 19-year-old African Nigerian running through the fucking Africa.
Oh yeah, it's a video game, bro. Of course it's fucking geared towards kids. But you know, times have changed, and so has the franchise. COD now is this huge blockbuster thing, and it's no longer a couple of guys working on their artistic interests and making a product that is true to World War II. No, the game now has to have broad appeal, and you can't have moments like this. In your COD anymore. Or else little Jimmy will go crying to his mom and won't spend those sweet parent credit card money on those loot boxes. The campaign is heavily scripted and linear, but hey, I've played far worse COD campaigns and this one at least tells a coherent story. And being a fan of history, I appreciate the nice touches the game gives to these important battles and locations. You're never gonna get a Call of Duty as dark and mature like World at War anymore. You know, to get these, you know, pray that somebody like a CD Projekt Red makes a World War II game, but don't expect this from Activision. You know, Activision has to have this broad appeal to kids. That's the market now. And I must say, as a fan of history, I appreciate the touches this game gives to real life battles and locations of the time. So now let's get into the meat of the whole thing, which is the multiplayer. And I gotta tell you, I absolutely loved it. So first of all, it has addressed all the problems the community had about the game. Gone is the forced HQ interactions, all the menus, game types and modes are accessible right from the main menu. And you can still go to the hub and it's fun. I wish more CODs had this kind of social gathering area, kind of like Destiny, where you get literal scoreboards, 1v1 pits, a theater where you can watch historical footage and ranked matches and stuff, and a place to, you know, generally socialize. Also gone out the limits on sprinting, which apparently the original had, which is such a stupid idea. COD already suffers from campers and now you want to hamper the people who prefer to run and gun. Anyways, it's all fixed. Attachments are now available for every weapon and perks are now available for every division. Now, the division system was heavily criticized when it first came out, but I feel like it offers something very unique to Call of Duty and it makes sense for the World War II scenario. The soldiers you play as is specially trained for roles like how they did with militaries back in the day. And we don't play this jack of all trades Black Ops dudes you play in Call of Duty nowadays, where the guy can shoot any weapon, mount all vehicles, and can do anything. No, here you get a role and you stick to it. I know these things are minor, but they really add up and provide a more authentic experience to the multiplayer system, and it makes it unique among the other CODs out there. It can feel a little limiting, but mastering a division lends to replayability as every division plays the same but kinda slightly different, and master prestiging them actually gives rewards now, like weapon skins and such, and I know it's not too much, but at least we get rewarded for these. Now I love the weapon skins and costumes in this game. It adds a new layer of customizations that the other COD kinda lacked, and these brightly colored SMGs and assault rifles and different gears make every player kinda stand out, again like a Halo or Destiny. Now you know you can argue how is that realistic for World War II, but hey, not everything needs to be ultra gritty, as the game is far from that. It's more realistic than the other so-called advanced shooter CODs, some of which I played occasionally. I hated the feel of it. The feel of this game is more akin to the classic Call of Duties, namely COD 1, 2, 3, than most of any recent ones out there. And the kind of boots on the ground, I know the term has been beaten to death by now,
Let's go back to boots on the ground.
actually feels old yet new. And that brings us to War Mode, which is the best mode in the game. Now I know Ground War beats it now, but not by much. I feel War Mode is the best hands down multiplayer experience I had with COD in years, right up there with the first Modern Warfare. I know some criticize the map because of the linearity of it, but hey, this is not Battlefield. What War Mode is a perfect balance between the fast-paced linear maps of Call of Duty with the large objective-based multiplayer of a Battlefield game. Sure, the map variety is lacking, but what is there is fun, and plenty of it. The maps and the constant gameplay loop actually feels like you're on the beaches of Normandy or deep in the trenches of a massive Allied versus Axis battle. The overall experience feels huge, and the constant action and on-your-feet reactions required while surviving the barrage of grenades. And boy does this game loves its grenades. Make me feel like an actual war. So if you feel tired of this, come back to this.
Move! The enemy will blow up the bridge soon. Nearby to escort it. 30 seconds left.
And relax, because this is how Call of Duty multiplayer is supposed to be. not like waiting for a long ass time trying to get somebody on your scopes. No shade to any Warzone players. And this mode in particular is what makes this better in my opinion than Modern Warfare. With this ground war and whatnot, the old-fashioned style gameplay just feels better to me, and the game has better maps. There, I said it. I know you guys hated the maps when it came out, but now it has the expanded variety, and since the recent gameplay changes, the action is much better than ever. Me, I'm always a run and gun SMG type, and this game caters to my sensibilities perfectly, as I hate campers of any type, LMG campers, snipers, you name it. You can't mount your guns here, you can only use the mounted guns within the maps, and even those are breakable with a simple grenade. And that is my main issue with Modern Warfare and Warzone. That game is like a hub for campers, and the map design and gameplay kinda encourage it. Take for example Modern Warfare. Its maps are chaotic with hardly any lanes and filled with indoor section with actual doors that you gotta open, encouraging people to just hunker up in a spot, plant some claymores on the door and snipe away. And of course, don't get me even started on Warzone. Oh boy. The player that seems to win all the time are the best snipers, who usually get the best spots and play safe.
Player VR proximity voice chat. Good. Madden.
I'm done. I'm done with the game, guys. Done.
Not this game. This game has very limited, very closed off maps encouraging run and gun and close quarters combat. The objectives in a map like Shipment, which is the most popular map here, and the best player is usually the one with the best technical firing skills. Now, I'm not saying snipers suck, but I prefer this type of gameplay more. And although many of you criticize the maps early on for its limited freedom and linearity, this is exactly what allows this game the level of chaos and frantic action that the other recent CODs kinda lack. And lastly, I feel the guns in this game are way better. They look better, they sound better, and there's something about an old-fashioned rifle crunch that oomph that hits me right in the feels, yo. Now let's talk about zombies. Well, maybe we'll skip that part. More seriously, I never liked zombie mode in Call of Duty games anyway, and this one is horrible. Although it's the most customizable story-driven one out there, and it has motherfucking Ving Rhames in it, and anything with Ving Rhames in it is an okay in my book. So there it is, people. That is why I think this Call of Duty game is the one to beat in the future, and it's a Sledgehammer COD, which are usually the worst ones out of the bunch.
I have no clue why this game sucks so badly. Oh wait, yes I do. Sledgehammer Games, the makers of Advanced Warfare. Why are they still a... Oh my god.
So if you're tired of playing Warzone or getting sniped from God knows where all the time, come back into the relaxing beaches of Normandy. We are here with open arms and open guns. Seriously guys, buy this game. The player count is not very good and we need more players, so stop it with your battle royales and whatnot and play some classic old-fashioned Call of Duty boots on the ground.
Then just go back to boots on the ground.
This has been AA Speaks, and I hope I convinced some of you guys to buy this game or give it a try. Come on, it's only like $8 or $9 used. And look at Modern Warfare, it's still fucking $60. Oh my god, it's been a year. So it's been Ali, over and out.
Have created the devil himself.